Do you want me to mute you, Chris?
Yes, please.
Okay. All right, so feel your sits bones grounding well to the earth and let your legs get heavier. And take a big breath. And with this inhale, let your spine float up taller. And with your exhale, let your shoulders fall down. Take bigger, longer breaths for at least a handful, just real satisfying, exaggerated, dramatic breaths. And with these exaggerated, dramatic breaths, we're saying hello to this beautiful breath, this life force, this life. You can take as many of those as you need. Then you'll start allowing your breath to get longer and slower. Starting to move the breath lower into the ribs, expanding the ribs with every inhale. And emptying it all out with each exhale. So allow your breath to be more complete. Being present and focused on a complete breath every cycle. Again, allow your spine to float up a little taller. Everything outside of the spine is falling to the earth, releasing and relaxing. Check in with your belly. Whatever muscles are not required to sit up tall or softer. Maybe even focusing on letting the organs in your belly drop and soften. Now allow the organs in your chest to drop and soften. We're just draining out excess tension and pressure in the body. Unclench your jaw, let your tongue relax. Tip of the tongue touches the roof of the mouth just behind your front teeth. Let your nose relax in your eyes. And then focus on right behind your eyes, like in the very center of your head. Allow a deep release there. And through to the base of your skull. Unclench. And turn your attention to love, the essence of love. Imagine a blanket of love wrapping around you right now. And just hold yourself in love. Allow yourself to sink in even more, surrendering into love. And allowing the cells of your body to receive this love in. So allowing this love to heal this body, to restore this body, to balance and wholeness and alignment and harmony. Allowing this love to restore your mental health, restoring your sanity. Feel it like working in your brain. Allowing this love to restore your emotional health. Feel it working in your heart. Allowing this love to restore your relationship with yourself. Being kinder towards yourself. Allowing this love to restore your relationship with others. Into yourself and to love. Thank you. Bless you. Love you. If you'll start to deepen your breath again, swelling breaths, wiggle toes and fingers, and switch your legs out. Other foot in front or on top. If you need some wiggles or shake outs, please do that. Just make sure you switch. And you can always not sit in cross-legged position if you need to change that as well. All right, so let's inhale spine tall, exhale chin to the chest, allow the back of the neck to open, shoulders fall down, and solid long breaths. Take some expansive breaths into your back. Feel the back ribs widening. And if you'd like to start to sway your head side to side, wagging your head side to side, keep the chin down, stay looking down. You can keep your movement small, or you can let it start to go bigger and bigger, moving your chin toward each shoulder closer and closer. Just exploring your range of motion. Now let's drop the ears to each shoulder. Chin still rolls to the chest, and then other ear to other shoulder. You can move as slowly if you need to. Right ear comes to right shoulder and stay there. Both hands to the ground beside you. And just push that left shoulder down more. Maybe reach your fingertips out wide. You can touch the floor or not. Doesn't matter. Just reach out. That nice stretch on the left side of the neck and top of the shoulder into the upper trap. And chin to chest. Release the hands. Left ear to left shoulder. Both hands to the floor, shoulders down, and reach the right fingertips out, long to the floor. It doesn't matter if you touch the floor or not right now. Push the right shoulder down actively. Breathe. Chin to chest. Release the hands. Inhale the head up. Exhaling. Let's bring one hand to the very center of your chest at the top of your chest. And try to get skin on skin, and other hand stacks on top. So we're not on our throat, we're right on the very top of our chest. Inhale, lift the chin as you pull down on the skin. Exhale, release. Inhale, pull down on the skin as you lift the chin. Exhale, release. Inhale, pull down and lift. Exhale, release and inhale, pull down and lift. Exhale, release. And then pull down on the skin and lift the chin. Hold that and then keep breathing. You can wag your head side to side while our chin stays up. You need to keep re-grabbing the skin and do that. Just opening the front of the throat. And when you've had enough of that, you'll slowly release. Take a good breath. And then roll your shoulders up and back. And then one shoulder at a time, get the spine and ribs moving too. All right, let's relax that and lean back into your hands. Dome the heart up to the sky. You can always put blocks under your hands if needed. Lift your chest up and pull your shoulders back. You can drop your chin to your chest. You can lift your chin up to the sky or let your neck find its most happy place wherever it wants to land. Put big breaths into your front heart. Let your heart light shine super bright up into the heavens like it's a spotlight. Fill up the front ribs with your breath. Unclench your jaw. And one more breath if you can. And drop the heart and sing that. And we'll release our legs. Let them go long and rock them out all the way from your hips. Maybe some good clearing breaths might feel good. Blow out the lips. Circle the ankles really big. And And then circle the other way. Okay, so let's keep our legs straight out in front of you, legs together. You can always sit up on blankets here if you need to, 1 or 2 blankets. So stack pose. So hands push straight down into the floor right next to your hips. Arms are as close into the body as you can get them. Legs together, flex your feet, toes back toward the face. Shoulders press down as your spine lifts up. Fronts of the legs are pulling up toward the hips. Backs of the legs are extending out through the heels. So we've got lots of opposing forces going on here. Lower belly firms in and up. Then deep breaths into the low ribs. Because we're pressing our shoulders down, that forces the breath into the diaphragm. This is a good place to exercise the diaphragm and create more space there. Strong breath through the nose if possible. Unclench the jaw. Spread the toes. Create your best yoga toes. Think of lifting your heels off the ground. Pushing the knees toward the floor. Shoulders back a little bit. Spread your collarbone. Let's do another breath. And relax. So here, you can lean back if you want to, if that feels better for your low back. And let's inhale, point the toes, exhale, flex the feet. Inhale, point the toes, exhale, flex the feet. And just feel the work being created in your legs. Be present with the legs, like feel the backs of the legs working when you point and see if one leg is not working as much as the other and see if you can kind of balance it out. Fronts of the legs are working when we flex, so see if both legs are working evenly. So we'll have a dominant leg, so bring awareness to that. Okay, and relax that. So bring your feet to the edges, outside edges of your mat. So a little space between your feet if you're sitting and facing your narrow edge. Okay, so we'll inhale, spine up tall. You can always use a strap around your feet if you want to. You can grab your legs, you can grab the floor. Inhale, spine, lift, lift, lift. So try not to have a curved spine, flat spine. Move your heart forward to your first good stretch. So we're not doing our deepest stretch right now because we're still warming up. So just think of just where you feel your first good stretch and hold on to something. And now lift the heart a little bit more. So try to uncurve your back more. Shoulder blades down your back. Push the knees toward the ground. Maybe flex the feet. So just get really long lines in your body. Maybe deepen your fold just an inch more or a millimeter more. It doesn't matter. Lower belly pulls back as your heart moves forward. Shoulders down. Neck neutral. So don't reach with your chin. Let the back of your neck get long. Maybe a slight tuck of your chin. Push the knees down toward the floor more. Take a good breath in. Good breath out. So we're doing more work than folding, right? So we're anchoring, we're extending, we're flexing. Just get strong in your body. Shoulders, blades down your back again. Belly pulls back as your heart moves forward. Take another breath. And soften. Sit up. Good breath in. Great breath out. Okay, so let's turn over to tabletop and do a round of cat and cow. Inhale, head and hips lifting. Exhale, head and hips tucking.
That feels great.
Doesn't it? It always does. So make the biggest movement in your spine that you can, full range of motion with your head, your hips, and everything in between. Get more movement in your shoulders. Shoulders pull back with the inhale. Shoulders push down with the exhale. Now bring a little more awareness to the belly. When we're lifting our head, extend your belly longer. When we're tucking the head, squeeze the belly in stronger and lift. Okay, neutral spine. Take a good breath in. Great breath out. Rock your weight back into your feet. And engage your belly. So we're not sitting all the way back to our heels. Engage your belly for a moment. Big breath. So legs are working, core is working. Now rock back to tabletop. Okay, now reverse cat and cow, but take the head and neck out of the equation. So we're shortening the spine and switching the breath. Inhale, spine lifts. Exhale, sway your back. Inhale, spine lifts. Exhale, sway your back. Head and neck stay neutral. They don't move much. Involve your shoulders a lot. Shoulders press down with your inhale. Shoulders pull back towards your hips with your exhale. One more. Okay, neutral spine. All right, so from here, well, you have two choices. We're going to do a twisting flow here. So you can either flow with straight arm, okay, or you can take the hand to the back of your head and lift with your elbow, okay. So either way is fine. The shortening the arm by bending the elbow is a little more harder in the shoulders. So if you feel jammed up, then straighten that arm out. Okay, so left arm, inhale, lift it up to the sky, either hand or elbow. Exhale, then reach underneath you. Turning, inhale, lifting up. Exhale, reaching. Remember to anchor through that bottom hand when you're lifting the top arm so that you're engaging those muscles on both sides of your back. Let's do one more breath. And then neutral spine, tabletop. Good breath in. Good breath out. Okay, right side, either arm extends straight up to the sky, or you can bend your elbow, hand to the back of your head. Exhale, reach underneath you to the other side. Remember to anchor well through that bottom arm so you're engaging both sides of your back. Keep awareness to that because our dominant side will use more than the not dominant. So we want to really engage to create balance in the body. Let's do one more. And back to neutral, elbows to the floor, circle your wrists and your ankles. Circle the other way. Okay, set up for down dog at the front of your mat. Spread your fingers wide and index fingers face forward. Shoulders back, belly in, and pop up and back into your down dog. Head down, walk your dog out. Bending one knee as you straighten the other and lift one heel as the other one reaches toward the floor. Deep breaths. Shoulder blades go wide on your back, so we get our upper back nice and wide. We don't collapse in between the shoulders there. Hold the right leg straight, right heel pushes down toward the ground. Hold that stretch in your right leg. Push your chest back toward your legs more, widen the shoulder blades. Anchor the base of the index fingers. Switch sides. Left heel pushes down toward the floor, left leg straight, right knee soft. Chest pushes back toward your legs more and widen your shoulder blades again. Solid breath. And look forward and walk your feet forward to your hands. Take a ragdoll pose. So you can soften the knees if you need to and let your spine hang down. Arms hang down, head hangs down, deep breaths. Let's all do a little bit of a bend in the knee for right now. Just let your spine hang even deeper. Maybe your belly touches your thighs, maybe. Breathe into your back. Okay, look forward, walk your feet forward to the front of your mat. You can always use your blocks under your hands if needed, and step your right foot way back, long lunge. Back knee drops to the ground, low passive lunge, let your hips get heavy. Front knee on top of your ankle. Back knee as far back as it can go, and then rock your hips forward toward the floor. You can either have your hands on each side of your front foot, or you can have them to the inside of your front foot with your front foot a little wider to the left. So it doesn't matter which, but let that right hip get heavy toward the ground, opening the hip flexor. Let your spine get a little longer. Let's inhale deeply. Exhale, rock your hips back, straightening your front leg, lifting your front toes. Inhale, rock forward to the lunge. Exhale, rock back to the forward fold. Inhale, lunging. Exhale, forward fold. Next time you lunge, we're going high with the spine. So either hands to tall blocks or to your front thigh. Hips are in front of your back knee. Tuck your tailbone, firm your belly, and float your spine up taller. Get prouder. Anchor that front foot and pull it back. So start to engage your front hamstring. You can either keep your hands where they are or bring your palms together at your heart for a fuller balance, or even bring your arms up to the sky for some shoulder and back strength. But keep anchoring that front foot well and pulling it back. That knee is pushing forward at the same time. Take a good breath in, great breath out, and hands drop to the floor or your blocks. Rock your hips back to that forward fold and then work your fold kindly for you. Inhale, spine lengthens. Exhale, front leg gets straighter. Maybe flex your foot more when you're ready. Or maybe deepen your fold more when you're ready. But try to create those long lines just like we did when we were seated. Longer spine with the inhale, straighter leg with the exhale. Firm the lower belly back as your heart moves forward. Open the back of your neck. You can deepen your fold as much as you want. Progressively, gradually. You can even gently pull your hips straight back to the wall behind you to create some traction in that front leg. Take another breath. And then slowly rock it forward. So ground your hands flat to the floor. Spread your fingertips. Back toes into the ground. Straighten your back leg. We're stepping your left foot back to meet your right. Plank pose. So either straight line from head to toe or knees to head. So either knees on the ground or full plank. But power up, shoulders back, belly in. Think of lifting your low back as you drop your tailbone. Power up your legs more if your legs are straight. Take a good breath in. Exhale back to down dog. Adjust your feet accordingly so that you're really comfortable. And then push back. Get in your best expression of your down dog. Widen your shoulder blades. Belly firms. Kneecaps lift. Heels reaching toward the floor. You can even lift your toes. If your heels ground, you can try to lift your toes off the floor. Take a good breath in. Good breath out. Then look forward, bend your knees and walk forward. Feet all the way to the front of your mat. And we're stepping our left leg back. Long lunge. Back knee on the ground, low passive lunge. Rock your hips forward. Front knee aligned on top of your ankle. And then dive into your breath. Spine gets longer. Shoulders down. Let the left hip get heavier. Soften the head. Keep the neck neutral. Inhale. Exhale, rock it back into your forward fold. Lift the toes up. Inhale, rock forward to your lunge. Exhale, rock back. Straighten your front leg comfortably. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, rock back. You can always walk your hands back and forth here. You can walk your blocks back and forth underneath your hands. Or if you've got longer arms, you can just pivot from one place. So it doesn't matter. Okay, we'll rock forward and take the higher lunge. So lift your spine up. Hips are in front of that back knee. Front knee on top of your ankle. And then power up your legs. Do your scissor squeeze. Front leg grabs the floor and pulls back. Back knee grabs the floor and pushes forward. Lower belly firms and lift your spine, lift your heart. You can always bring your palms together at your heart for more balance, or even lift your arms up to the sky for more strength in the arms and shoulders and back. You keep anchoring through that front foot and getting prouder. Let your heart raise. Let's do another breath. And then hands down to the floor and rock the hips back and take your forward fold. So just work it kindly for you. Getting longer spine with the inhale, straighter leg with the exhale. Maybe flex your foot more when you're ready or deepen your fold more when you're ready, but try to make longer lines. Just deepen your fold as you will with good form. You can even gently pull the hips straight back to the wall behind you to create traction in that front leg. Best fold. And another breath. We'll rock our weight forward again, bending your front knee. Let's ground your hands flat to the floor with spread fingers. Back knee straightens. Step your right foot back to meet your left, either full plank or half plank. Doesn't matter which. Shoulders back. Low back lifts as your tailbone drops. Power up your legs if they're straight. Unclench your face. Claw the floor with the pads of the fingers. Inhale. Exhale, rock it back to down dog again. Best placement for your feet and hands. Shoulders, blades wide. Straighten the legs as best you can, but that's after you straighten your spine. Spine straightens first. Try to keep that length and then straighten your legs as best you can. Reaching heels to the ground. If you're able to ground your heels, and maybe lift your toes up. Let's do another breath. And look forward, walk forward. Ragdoll fold, just rest. Rest your upper body. You can grab your elbows here, hanging down. You can bend your knees slightly. Let your upper body relax. Deep breaths into your back. On the inhale, we'll slowly roll the spine up. Head coming up last. Keep a slight bend in the knees. All the way to standing, and then take some good breaths. Shaking things out. Okay, so let's grab a set of blocks and stack your blocks up like this and put the wide edge against the wall. Gonna do some inner thigh stuff. So I like to add a little cushion to that. So I just use a blanket, placing it over, okay. Make sure the blanket isn't too thick. So maybe I do an eighth fold like this. Okay, and I put the short edge up over the blanket with a little bit of a lip so that it's up against the wall. So we just want a little cushion for our foot to push against the wall instead of pushing against the hard wall. Okay, so we're standing sideways. Let's all start with our left side facing the wall. And our left foot goes on our blocks up against the wall. Or up against the blanket that's up against the wall. Okay, and then your right foot, your outside foot steps wide just to the outside edge of your hip. Just to the outside edge, so not too wide. And the feet are straight from side to side, so they're even from side to side. That's what I meant. Okay, so legs stay straight and we're shifting the hips straight to the right, getting a nice stretch on the inside of your left leg. Y'all feel that? Okay, good. And then spine just gets tall, shoulders down. You can let your arms dangle or you can hold on to your hips, whatever feels good. We're just gonna hang out there and let that left leg stretch. The inside of that left leg. And we breathe. Unclench your face. If you want to, you can take a side bend here. Right arm lifts up to the sky, left hand to the outside of your leg and start to lean to the left toward the wall. So you can maybe touch the wall with that right hand. If your body allows it, your left hand can be either on your leg, the outside of your leg, or you can touch the wall with it too. So we're just taking a side bend comfortably. The hips are still shifting away from the wall. The spine is moving toward the wall. That's it. Good breaths. So we're still getting that inner thigh stretch as well as the side stretch on the right. Let's take another breath. And one more. Take your top arm, let it drop down to your side, then push into your feet to lift your spine. Take a good breath. So right hand on your hip bone on the back side, left arm extends in front, turn to the right with your heart. Reach with your left hand forward. So we're starting to feel an opening in the front of the left hip, as well as the inner thigh, and some rotation in the spine and ribs. Shoulders down, breathing deeply. Unclench your face. Try to soften through that left hip. One more breath. Slowly unturn. Okay, now here, so your left foot on the block, you can keep it flat, or you can flex that foot, heel up, toes lift, so it's up to you. And now we're gonna sit back, bend your right knee as much as you like. Reach your hips to the right and back. So kind of away, your hips are pulling away from your left foot. Now we're stretching the inner thigh on the back side of the inner thigh. Y'all feel that? Mm-hmm. Okay. You can hold on to your legs, you can hold on to your hips. If you needed to put your hands on blocks in front of you, that's okay too. Spine is just comfortable, neutral, neck is neutral. As far as in relationship to the hips. Take a good breath in, good breath out. One more. Okay, slowly stand up. We can release that left foot down to the floor and shake things out. I love that sequence. Yeah. We've got a giraffe leg and a little corgi leg, right? Okay, so let's turn around. Right foot to the block against the wall. Left foot steps just a little wider than the hip, the outside of your left hip. Toes face forward. The feet are even from right to left. Okay, legs are straight and shifting the hips straight to the left. Just standing up with that good stretch on the inside of the right leg. We'll breathe into that. And melt your head on the inside, let it unclench. Breathe. Steady and long. If you want to take the side bend, you're welcome to. Left arm can lift. Right hand slides down your leg, or you can touch your hands to the wall and stabilize there. Whatever feels good for you. You can lean as much as you like to the right with your spine, hips shifting to the left. Do your best not to turn your hips. Keep your hips facing forward. Let's do another breath. And one more if you can. Top arm will drop down. Push down into your feet to lift your spine. Take a good breath. Okay, left hand to your back hip bone. Right arm extends forward at shoulder level. Start to rotate your spine to the left any amount. Keep your legs straight. So we're twisting the spine, letting the hips kind of turn as well, and letting the groin area, the crease of the hip open, as well as the inner thigh there. Deep breaths. Try to soften that right hip a bit more. Let's do another breath. And unturn. Big breath in. Big breath out. Now we'll sit back, bending your left knee as much as you like. You can either keep your right foot flat, or you can lift your toes and flex your foot, coming onto the back of that right heel. So sit back with your butt and then hips shifting to the left, away from your right foot to deepen that stretch. So we're still stretching inner thigh, but more to the back of the inner thigh and inner hamstring as well. And then from there, our hips are kind of torqued slightly. Spine is neutral from your pelvis. You can hold onto your hips, you can hold onto your legs. If you want to drop your hands to floor or blocks, you're welcome to do that too. But hips shifting away from your right foot. Right leg straight. Got a little bit of a strength element in the left leg. Let's take another breath. And then standing up and step your right foot down. Shake things out. Woo! All right, let's go grab a ball. So I'm going to start throwing him. Catch him. So copy this one. So sit on your ball and bounce a little if you like. But we can't go on a full Harley ride today. Our time is, we gotta get to our back bend here. Okay, so just a little bounce. Let's maybe take a 30 seconds or a minute here to bounce a little bit, just for some relief. So get loosey-goosey in your body. Maybe get clearing breaths. Shoulders relaxed. You can even let your lips get loose. You do small movements here or bigger. Let's take another breath. Okay, we're going to settle it down. Then hold on to the ball with your hands and we'll walk forward and then start to lay on the ball. But we're taking a squat first. So deepest bend in your knees that your body allows without straining or stress. Then lean into the ball. So see if you can interlace your hands behind your head and lean your head back to be supported by the ball. So from butt to head is still against the ball, but we're in a squat. So the upper heart, the high heart is facing straight up toward the ceiling. That's where the deepest stretch is right now, is in the high heart, the upper chest. So if you need some extra support under your head, grab a blanket. I'll be glad to get you one if you need one. You're just breathing into your front heart, trying to let your shoulder blades soften. You could always put stacked blocks under your butt here if your knees are stressed, and you could sit down into that so you can relax here more. So we want this to be a passive pose. Melt your heart, melt your shoulders, let your elbows fall back, soften your jaw and your neck. Expansive breaths into the front heart. So you can stay here. If this is a really good stretch for you, stay here and milk it. If you want to move on, you can roll back a little bit. So then still trying to allow your head and your butt to be supported by the ball, but now maybe your breast points straight up toward the ceiling. So it's a more balanced, even back bend. So more for the mid spine. You can keep your hands under your head and let your elbows fall back there if that's comfortable, or you can let your arms drop wide. Palms face up. This shouldn't be stressful on your knees now at all. And don't forget your breath. Just lay into the ball. Allow a passive stretch. So in this being a passive stretch, we can stay in it longer and allow the connective tissue to open better. So anything over a minute turns into a fascial stretch. So it affects the connective tissue to allow more lasting change, more lasting effect. So good for better posture, since we tend to be more slouchy than over back bendy. So if this is a really good stretch, you can stay here and milk it. You can always return to our first position in the squat, or you can roll back more, maybe straightening your legs so more the belly button is on the top of the ball. So that moves the stretch down into the lower
portion of the spine, into the lumbar spine. See if your head can still be supported by the ball, though. We're still melting our spine against the ball. You can let your arms rest to the floor wide at whatever angle feels good, or you can even reach back. That creates a little more action to reach back, but a deeper lengthening happening in the front body. So you're only doing what feels good for you. And you're breathing. I don't know if y'all can hear it, but the sweetest birds. All through class, the sweetest bird songs. Tuning into the song of the birds can bring immediate joy. Unclench your butt. Take another breath. Very slowly, we're rolling back toward our feet. Very slowly, we're moving back toward the squat. At some point, you might grab your head with your hands and help it lift upright when it's ready. So if your knees are okay with the squat, you can stay there. You can grab the floor at any time with your hands and even sit down. Or your legs, your feet slide forward more, so you can sit down all the way. Sometimes the ball will cooperate and you can still lean into it. But have your hands down, grounded, so that if it pops out, you can catch yourself. So we want a neutral spine right now and just some good breaths. Let your body find its equilibrium again, because that back bend is a real extended place, exaggerated stretch. So we need a neutral spine and we take some good breaths. Whenever you're ready, you can slide your feet as far forward as you like and let the ball go. You can sit up tall, grabbing your knees, and just gently bow your head. You're not going to round your back a lot. Just drop your head forward slightly. Not leaning into the ball now. Take a good breath in. Good breath out. Now take your time to slowly lay down flat on your back into full corpse pose. If you need some support under your head, give it to yourself. Or if you need some support under your knees, give it to yourself. So full corpse pose. Don't worry about the ball. They won't hurt anybody. But once you settle into Mother Earth, allow your breath to deepen. Start to soften and melt. You can always cover your eyes with something.
Slow and soft breath. Unclench your butt. Let your inner thighs release and relax. Feel your calf muscles melt against the floor and soften the soles of your feet. Let your low back release and your belly softens. Allow your shoulders to fall back, feeling your ribs spread wide on the ground. Relax your neck and your throat. Jaw unclenches. Tongue softens. Let your eyes melt inside your head. And again, return to love. Allow love to surround you like a blanket. And rest into this blanket of love. Soak it up. Letting in more than you've ever had before. Might even be helpful to envision your inner child and just pour this love upon her. Or him. If you'll allow your breath to deepen. Nothing toes fingers. Stretching or moving in any way that would feel good for you. We'll roll to one side. If you want to hang out there for a handful of breaths, you can. Please support your head with something. And sitting up, you're ready. Coming into a comfortable seated position. Once you're settled and comfortable, gather your palms together at the heart to seal your energy and to complete your practice. Centering yourself. And toward this body, I love you, I bless you, I thank you. And toward your inner child, I love you, I bless you, I thank you. And towards your adult self, I love you, I bless you, I thank you. Towards your higher self, I love you, I bless you, I thank you. And to love or to source, I love you, I bless you, I thank you. Thank you so much for gathering today, once again, and for taking such good care of yourself. Namaste. Thank you. Welcome.
That was great. From the first meditation.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Shalan.
You're welcome.
Have a great day.
You too.
See you next time.